JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, police find gun in hut in Westmoreland. A .38 revolver pistol containing 1 round of ammunition was seized by the Westmoreland police during an operation in Welcome District, Whitton in the parish yesterday. According to the police, about 1 a.m., lawmen were in the area when an open lot was searched and the illegal weapon was seen inside the hut. No one was arrested in relation to the seizure. 2 men in attempted robbery shot dead by cops in Waltham area. 2 of 4 men who allegedly attempted to rob a Waltham Park area business establishment were shot dead by police on Wednesday morning. The deceased have been identified as Nicholas Miles, otherwise known as Roy Dredd, and another man identified only as Brandon. Head of the St. Andrew South Police Division, Wayne Cameron, said cops received reports through their emergency call center that 4 armed men were carrying out a robbery at a business establishment along St. Joseph's Road off Waltham Park Road and went to investigate. He said upon their arrival in the area, the lawmen came under heavy gunfire and a shootout ensued. Police said 2 of the men from the group were fatally shot and the other 2 escaped. One of the men who fled the area is believed to be suffering from gunshot wounds. A manhunt has since been launched for the men on the run. The police said Miles had been detained under the state of public emergency in March but was released when the SOE came to an end. 3 charged with murder of businesswoman Marcia Chinyu. The Manchester police have charged 2 men and a woman with murder and conspiracy to commit murder in relation to last Thursday's stabbing death of 63-year-old Manchester businesswoman Marcia Chinyu, whose body was found in her car at her Ingleside home. Charged with murder and conspiracy to commit murder are 36-year-old Dwayne Brown, a security manager, his girlfriend, 34-year-old Zoe Forrest, a businesswoman, both of Oakland Drive in Mandeville, and 24-year-old Shaquille Perkins, a carpenter, of Woodland Crescent in Mandeville. They were remanded when they appeared in the Manchester Parish Court yesterday. All 3 are set to reappear in court on December 8. 3 including teen charged in machete attack. 3 people, including a teenager, have been charged by the St. Thomas Police with wounding with intent and assault occasioning bodily harm after they allegedly attacked a man with a machete in their home in Erie Castle in the parish. Charged are 37-year-old Carol Hall, 21-year-old Mario Scott, and a 15-year-old boy, all of Miami Tree, Erie Castle. The police are reporting that the complainant went to the house of the accused individuals on Sunday, November 8, to visit an individual when an altercation developed. He was attacked with a machete and received several chop wounds. A report was then made to the police, and the accused individuals were later arrested and subsequently charged. A date for their court appearance is to be finalized. 3 men arrested after shootout with cops. 3 men are now in police custody after they reportedly shot at officers on patrol in Richmond, Hanover a month ago. Charged with shooting with intent and illegal possession of firearm and ammunition are 21-year-old Dean Drew Mackenzie of Richmond in Hanover, 38-year-old Jermaine Smith, otherwise called Skillibang, and 24-year-old Boris Moody, both of Martin Castle in the parish. Smith was on bail while Mackenzie is currently facing another matter in court. Reports are that about 1 p.m. on Monday, November 3, a team of officers was on patrol in the area when they saw an on-the-street motor car parked along the roadway. Smith, who was standing next to the vehicle, reportedly opened gunfire at the officers, leading to a shootout. The police said Mackenzie ran while Moody and Smith escaped in the motor car. Following a search of the area, Moody was found lying along the roadway with gunshot wounds, the police said. He was assisted to hospital for treatment under police guard. Smith was subsequently arrested on Monday, November 23, after he reported on condition of bail at the Lucy police station, while Mackenzie was arrested following his appearance in the Nova Circuit Court on another matter on Wednesday, November 25, the police said. Man stabs neighbor during altercation. The St. James police have arrested and charged the man with wounding with intent after he allegedly stabbed his neighbor during an altercation in their community last month. He has been identified as Anthony Lewis, 34, otherwise called Tony, of Quarry in St. James. According to the police, Lewis had an altercation with his neighbor on Wednesday, November 24, at about 10:30 p.m., during which he used a knife to stab him in the head and abdomen before escaping. The neighbor was assisted to hospital where he is still admitted in a serious condition. Lewis was arrested and charged a day later. He is to appear in court at a later date. 5 men to face court following Ganja bust. 5 men will appear before the Black River Parish Court tomorrow to answer to several charges in connection with the seizure of more than $12 million worth of ganja in Alligator Pond, St. Elizabeth. The men were jointly charged with possession of ganja, dealing in ganja, taking steps proprietary to export ganja, and use of conveyance to transport ganja. The police did not reveal their identities. Reports are that the Jamaica Defense Force Coast Guard intercepted a vessel in which the men were traveling near Alligator Pond. The police said 57 bags containing ganja, valued approximately $12,032,000, were seized along with the vessel. The men were then taken into police custody and later charged. We had to accept deportees, says government. 13 Jamaica-born migrants were deported from the United Kingdom yesterday on a chartered flight, which landed at the Norman Mann International Airport in Kingston. News of the planned deportation flight had resulted in a backlash in Jamaica and in the United Kingdom, with several high-profile individuals campaigning against the move, especially in light of the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as the connection over the fairness of the process in light of the offences committed by some of the individuals. The parliamentary opposition had also objected to the plans, urging the government not to accept the flight. In a release yesterday, National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang and the Foreign Affairs Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith said that the government had an obligation to accept the deportees and that it was committed to their safe and orderly reintegration and rehabilitation. They said that the Jamaicans had exhausted all legal remedies and recourse available to them prior to their deportation. Initial numbers had suggested that a larger number of Jamaicans would have been placed on the flight, but a late agreement was reached to not deport anyone who had arrived in the UK before the age of 12. We are informed that no Windrush victims or persons eligible for compensation under the Windrush scheme were included among those removed, and that factors such as the right to family life and issues around trafficking in persons, which the government of Jamaica also takes seriously, were taken into account. The statement released by Chang and Johnson-Smith said, "The government of Jamaica continues to encourage Jamaicans overseas to abide by the laws of their country of residence and to have their immigration status regularized if they wish to remain permanently in those countries," it added. The deportees have been tested for COVID-19 and will undergo the mandatory 14-day quarantine period for persons arriving in the island. Jamaica records 47 new COVID-19 cases and 1 death. The Ministry of Health and Wellness is reporting that the island has recorded 47 new cases of COVID-19 and 1 death in the last 24 hours. According to the ministry, the new cases comprise 22 males and 25 females, with ages ranging from 3 days to 83 years. These cases have pushed the country's tally to 10,911, of which 3,888 are active. Of the new cases, 27 are from Kingston and St. Andrew, 7 each are from St. Catherine and Westmoreland, 3 each are from St. Elizabeth and St. Thomas, 2 each are from Clarendon, Manchester, St. James and Trelawney, and 1 each are from St. Anne and St. Mary. The ministry classified all of the new cases as under investigation. Meanwhile, a 67-year-old male from St. Catherine is the country's latest death, pushing the death toll to 259. The ministry also said 114 patients have recovered from the virus, bringing the country's total recoveries to 6,614. Anti-robbery initiatives on the way, says Commissioner of Police. Major General Anthony Anderson says special anti-robbery initiatives are on the way to tackle the anticipated increase in robberies during the Christmas period. The commissioner was speaking during a Jamaica Constabulary Force virtual press conference yesterday. He said the initiatives are in response to robberies and thefts committed in public spaces by people traveling on motorcycles, cars, and even on foot. Anderson said the initiatives will focus on shopping and other commercial areas, including markets. Police teams across the various divisions will be targeting motorcyclists as well as other people seeking to carry out the robberies, he said. Anderson further encouraged citizens to exercise caution during the period. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.